Hello everyone, welcome to ET Studios, and today we're having a look at a brand new video about my journey to thrust vector control, and today is a build log. Yay, fun. We're building the next rocket, which will probably be called PABLO 2, I'm kind of still deciding, but considering it's still flying the PABLO flight computer, it makes sense to call it the PABLO 2. This is our new nose cone, it's been 3D printed and then spray painted black. It's going to have a silver and black color scheme. So we've got our silver body tube. This is the upper stage. And then we have our lower stage, which is just the tube right now. And that'll be getting its centering rings and fins and stuff coming soon. In fact, I can show you a little bit of that right now. So there's not much to it, it's literally just been tacked on together just to get a basic idea of how it'll work. But essentially we have kind of a fin can, but not, because it's not physically attached or anything. Obviously right now it's very loose, it's just kind of stuck together. But I want to be able to glue them all together and maybe do some epoxy and then slide this whole assembly into the bottom of the rocket. And then we'll epoxy on the fins to the rocket as well, so it's all in one unit at the bottom, very stable, very strong, much better than the previous rocket, which was all done separately. These are also through-the-wall fins, so that's much better, and I'm quite excited to see what we can come up with. Here is the avionics bay. I'm quite proud of this little thing. It was all designed and 3D printed, and we have a nice little GoPro down there, an old Hero 3. We have our flight computer, which I've fixed since the last flight. I've resoldered some stuff. And on the back, we have a 9-volt battery, as well as a button to turn it on. And it does, in fact, turn on. Flight software is not loaded right now, but that's can be sorted. It's still got access to the USB port on the side. And it's been cable tied to the mount, which is a nice flat piece which goes into holes at the bottom. There's like a nice long groove there for this whole thing to slide into, which is quite cool. When I 3D printed it, this bar at the top is actually supposed to go into a slit down there, which is quite difficult to see, but it is in fact there, and it didn't fit. And instead of cutting it away, I put it in upside down because it fit better anyway, and it just fits better. So it's upside down. This holds the flight computer at the top quite nicely. Nice and snug there, it's not going to move. It didn't even move before I cable tied it, so it's definitely not going anywhere now. What else have we got? We've got a 9-volt battery, which is quite heavy, but I don't think with a 73-gram GoPro, a 30-gram flight computer, and like, I think a total 3D mass of probably another 10-20 grams, I don't think a 50-gram battery is going to make a huge difference. Actually, it helps because the center of mass is quite low on this rocket, and with all of this stuff, it brings it up quite high. So it's quite a short rocket, and this really helps bring the stability margin up. I think on the software on OpenRocket it said I'm on 1.65 now, that's okay. It's decent. So yeah, there we go. We have our avionics section, and that quite nicely goes into our upper stage body tube. It's quite a snug fit, there we go. There we go, so it all fits in there quite nicely, which is great. Focus. So yeah, it's great. We'll have a hole cut into the side so the camera can see out and all that sort of stuff. But that'll be sorted out later. You can see our shock cord is already attached to the bottom of the coupler, which is also 3D printed. So that whole section is just hollow, and then we've got a divider up there as well. So, sorry, there we go. This whole section's hollow. We've got a divider down there, and then we have a nice long shock cord. It's pretty good. It's a really nice elastic, and it's not coming out there for any money. Sorry about the focus there. This rocket should go around 300 meters, and hoping for more like 250. I want it to be a little bit lower for the first flight especially. I will be flying it with avionics and the computer on the first flight, which isn't necessarily the safest thing in the world, and I wouldn't recommend it if you had more than 2 motors. because then you have a lot of flights, but I want to get as much data as I can. And this is a really old GoPro I haven't used in quite a while. I definitely don't want it to die, but it's not like I'm putting my Hero 6 in there, because that's quite a bit more expensive. And yeah, I want it to come back. And the GoPros are quite robust, and it's in a decent chunk there. And the only thing that could go wrong really is the parachute ejection, in theory. But I'm quite hopeful about it. I'm definitely doing a lot of testing, and I think the only reason I'm fairly happy flying this like this is because the previous rocket has almost an identical design. This is just scaled up a bit and slightly shortened, but with more stuff in the top. It's a very similar design. We've got the upper stage with the avionics, we've got the lower stage with the parachute and the rocket motors. It's a very similar actual design, so that's why I'm comfortable flying it with the avionics on it first try. I hope that works out in the end, and I'm quite excited about the flight. The fins will also be black. I'll paint it as black as well, so we have a nice silver and black color scheme. And yeah, so hopefully in the next video you'll see the flight of this rocket. I'm really excited, a little bit nervous, but hopefully it goes off well, and we'll see. I'm also making some work towards thrust vector control at the moment. I'm quite excited about that. So I also have someone else helping me out, and they're going to be working on the flight software, so mostly the PID system, the actual control. So that'll be really helpful. So it's more than just me, which is great. And yeah, I can't wait for the future, and hopefully the next video will be this thing launching. If not, it'll be the video after. And yeah, I can't wait. So hopefully you enjoy this little video, this little preview of the rocket as I'm building it. And I will definitely share some more stuff on my Patreon if you want to join that in the description below. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you did, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.